Sorry, we'll let you in on a little secret. We were talking about how fat the two of us are. That was kind of the jux of what we were talking about. We also had a little technical difficulty, to be honest with you.
And we
Uh,
found the weirdest workaround, so
yeah,
we're
we
fine.
found
We're
like
fine. We're
a
happy.
super weird workaround, but we're
We're
live, we're back, we're here,
we're
people.
back.
Hello, happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good kickoff to the week, and we're here. I have been a little busy over the last few weeks, so I couldn't go to a store, but I found this buried away in my
Ooh.
in one of my what's it called, and I'm a little upset that I couldn't go to a store because Series Two is now out, and so is Dynamic Duels. So I will make time this week to get to a store, a little LCS action, so that we can scoop at least a Series Two, if not, oh, I'll definitely get a Series Two, but preferably a Series Two and Dynamic Duels.
There you go.
Um,
Very cool.
so we have that going on, so we're stoked. But Ordog, it was a big weekend
Oh yeah,
for my home and your adopted home.
that's true. That's true.
And I can only believe that Raleigh, North Carolina was not as crazy last night as New York City was on Saturday night.
You got to be right about that. I
Like,
mean, I gotta. You know what's funny? We didn't. I saw my brother yesterday, who lives in Raleigh.
yeah,
And then the game was last night. So
yeah.
it'd be interesting to find out. I didn't talk to him about what the city was like. He also lives like outside, whatever.
Yeah, I
I
mean, I have some friends that live in Raleigh, and they were all at the watch party last night,
yeah,
and it looked crazy. Like, it looked awesome.
I bet, dude. But regardless, I don't know if there's any city in the US that goes as hard as New York for celebrations or uh, you know,
No, I mean,
what
like,
happened on
I had a
Saturday.
lot of I talked to a bunch of friends that were there, and based off everything I heard from them, based off of everything that I saw on social media, based off of all the Instagrams and reels and everything I saw, I do not think New York City has had a bigger night in the history of New York City.
Wow. I mean,
It's a
that's
hot take, but I have multiple reasons for that, and here is the main one. First of
yeah,
all, the Knicks waited 53 years to
53
become
years is a big one.
53 years is crazy.
Yeah.
Second of all, the New York Knicks are like, if you did a Venn diagram of all the sports teams in New York City, the only overlapping thing is the Knicks. Like, if the Yankees win the World Series, Mets fans are pissed, right?
Oh, sure.
If the Islanders win the Stanley Cup, Rangers fans are pissed. Let's be honest, the Jets are never winning the Super Bowl. So if the Giants win the Super Bowl, Jets fans aren't happy,
Sure.
right? But like,
Asterisk. Jets fans are never
every
happy.
yeah, Jets fans are never happy. But like, the overlap of the Knicks, and like, okay, people will be like, oh, well, what about the Brooklyn Nets? I'm like, no one gives a shit about the Brooklyn Nets. No
I
one cares
I don't
about the
know.
Brooklyn
I don't know
Nets.
if I realized that there's not like a huge
No.
divide. There's not a big fan base or at least like a deep rooted. I know that Brooklyn
No, because they
got
came
there.
from New Jersey, right?
Right.
They were the New Jersey Nets. And then they moved to Brooklyn,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Jay-Z got him to Brooklyn.
no one was going, no Knicks fan became a Nets fan, right? You
Right.
know
And
what
the
I
whole
mean?
city was already Knicks fans.
And the whole city was already Knicks fans,
Right.
right? So like,
Yeah.
it was kind of a dumb decision to me to do that. But like, at the end of the day, it's a New York team. So they're going to
Yep.
get the New York fans. Most of the people that I know that are, no, everyone I know that are, well, the one person I know that is a Nets fan is from New Jersey,
Yeah. No, it makes
right?
sense. It makes sense.
And like, but I know more people from New Jersey that are Knicks fans than I do people that are Nets fans.
Interesting. So even New Jersey is a question mark if they have Nets fandom.
Yeah, I mean they do. I did they win the NBA championship in the early 2000s with Jason Kidd? I'm not, someone correct
Not
me.
an
I don't.
NBA historian. Well, I shouldn't even say historian. I just don't remember, dude. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you for the life of me.
No.
But like
No, sir.
it was, first of all, it was awesome. I love, it's my favorite tradition in sports. The First of all, I think the best tradition in sports is the handshake line at the end of NHL playoffs or
Right.
playoff games. I think that's
Yep.
the best tradition. But one of my favorite traditions in sports is the lifting of the Stanley Cup. And I have two main reasons for that. First of all, everyone gets their own individual moment with the cup
Yep.
on the ice, right?
On the ice.
In
Yep.
in
Paraded
in the
around.
Super Bowl, in the World Series, in the NBA championship, it's kind of everybody together, right?
Yeah.
Like they're being passed around, but like everyone's together, right?
Sure.
Whereas in the NHL, it is they get it handed and they skate that baby around. Like the famous line from when Ray Bork got it, like take that thing and skate it, baby.
Yep.
Like that's the NHL. The second reason why it's my favorite tradition, in every one of the other four major sports in North America, in the Super Bowl, in the World Series, in the NBA championship, the trophy gets handed from the commissioner of that sport to the owner of the sports team.
Right.
And in the NHL, it goes to the players first.
Yep.
Then, after every player has touched it,
Yep.
the coaching staff gets it.
I haven't thought about that, man.
And you never see the owner of the hockey team with the cup.
You
They
don't?
obviously get it, right?
Yeah,
Like
there's a party afterwards,
there's a
everyone's hanging
party
out.
afterward in the locker room, like whatever. The owner gets to be part of it. But like to me, okay, you own the team. You didn't win it. You weren't out there
Slinging.
sweating and laying your life on the line. Life on the line is a bit of an exaggeration. Your body on the line.
Yeah, there's been a couple deaths, man. Not in NHL, not in a while, but like
Not in a while, but like there,
hockey's a
you
dangerous sport.
are. Hockey's a dangerous sport. You are being, and like the only other sport that I can really think of where the player, when they win it, the players get the first moment is soccer. Like when they win the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Like the captain of the team, as the World Cup's on right now, New Zealand, Iraq, or a crazy game. But like the team goes, the team does the celebration. It's the team, right? And to me, and I think that ultimately goes down to the fact that hockey is the ultimate team game,
Right.
right? Like there's no Jalen Brunson scoring half your points,
Yeah,
right?
your best player, well, I shouldn't even say that. The person who spends the most time on ice is your best defenseman usually, and that
Yep.
person doesn't play half of the game.
They play close to half the game.
They play as close as you can still, it's usually like 25, right?
Yeah, it's probably like no defenseman is playing 30 minutes a game. Like no
Exactly.
defenseman is playing 30 minutes a game. And
Right.
like a shift in hockey is 45 seconds. Like a minute shift is a long shift. And that's just like it is. And I said this last night to my hockey group chat that I'm in. Like, man, I'm so glad that the World Cup is on right now.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
like, don't get me wrong, as you see, as anybody that's joined this knows, I love baseball. I love baseball, but like there's no until September, like you're not feeling the sweat, right?
Right.
You're not really feeling that sweat. And no offense to my teams, but like none of my teams are making the playoffs, right?
Unfortunately so.
None of the teams that I root for in Major League Baseball are in the playoffs. And like baseball, the World Series playoffs is great. Don't get me wrong. Like playoff baseball is awesome. But there is nothing like playoff hockey. There's just nothing like it. It is the best tournament in sports. Fuck March Madness. You heard that here
I
first.
mean,
Fuck
I
March Madness.
there's more hype maybe in the country there's more hype for college basketball, but there's not a concentration of hype like there is during the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, like it's it's just electric, right? Like
it's crazy, dude.
you take your average hockey game to me, your average hockey game to me is as intense and fun to watch as most teams' playoff games.
Yeah, sure. You're talking about regular season.
Yeah, regular
Yeah.
season hockey game is as intense and as fun. And like I haven't been to many NHL or NFL games in personal attendance. Dude, going to an NFL game sucks, bro.
What do
I'd
you mean?
I'd so much rather watch it on TV than be at an NFL game.
You definitely
So
don't
much
get
rather.
you definitely don't get like the insight that you get. Like a TV viewing lets you see so much that you just can't see from. I mean, maybe in certain seats in the house you can get a decent view, but like anywhere you sit during a hockey game is going to be the best
Electric.
experience out. Exactly.
And it's one
Um.
of the few sports where, well, first of all, I like watching sports from higher up. It doesn't matter the sport. I
Yeah.
like watching the NBA from higher up. I like watching soccer from higher up. I like watching baseball from higher up. I like watching hockey from higher up.
Yeah.
Like watching them because I like to see everything
All
develop.
the action.
Like I like to see, in NFL, for example, I like to see the routes being run
Yeah.
and then the defensive changes with those routes,
Yep.
right? And NBA, not as much in the NBA, but I just like sitting higher up. But the only hockey to me is the only sport where watching it higher up is actually a better experience for being in the fans with the fans, right? Like
Yeah.
in baseball, higher up, you're not really in it, right?
Mm.
Like basketball, kind of similar to hockey, but like not the same as being in it. You know, soccer, it just depends upon what part of the stadium you're sitting in that matters, not necessarily how low or high you are, right? Like best example is, watching if you go for anybody that's been fortunate enough as I have been to be to a Premier League soccer game,
Hmm.
you want to be on the home team's end. And so, like,
Yeah.
each home team has their own end. So, like, they pick the sides, it goes different halves. So, like, sometimes you're with that end at one half, sometimes you're with that end at the other half. But, like, at a
Oh, dude, and that
Manchester United game, you want to be at the Stretford end.
and that
Like,
poor goalie
oh my God,
standing there getting ear beaten from all
abused,
the fans.
abused,
For sure. I mean, it happens in
absolutely
hockey.
abused.
It happens in every sport, honestly.
It doesn't happen as well in hockey because of the glass,
It's
right?
hard.
Like the
It's
glass.
harder for
It,
the goalie to hear, but I've been at games where people are chirping the goalie and the goalie turns, it's like during dead, like they're setting up for a face off in the opposite team's offensive zone,
And
right? Or whatever that team's in the other end of the ice, and he gets chirped, and he turns around and does something silly, or makes a jeer, taunts back, whatever. Go like points at the scoreboard or something, and it's like, hey, we're still winning. I've
yeah,
seen
and
it.
like because in soccer, right? Like most modern soccer stadiums, right? Like the back of the net to the fans is as close as I am to the camera.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like a few feet. It's not far. And I like it is like I wish I was able to go to one of the World Cup games. I could have. I could have gone to one of the games in Kansas City, but it just with me going on vacation next week, it didn't really it wasn't
Sure.
logistically smart for me to
Sure.
do that. Um but like I love the World Cup, dude. Like last night, why we didn't do last night and we're doing tonight is me, my buddy, and his wife went to a West African restaurant
Ooh,
to watch the Ivory Coast game.
dude.
And we thought it was gonna be hype because the website was like advertising it. It's a West African place. And we were like, oh, this is gonna be sick. It turned out that for the first half of the game, we were the only people in the restaurant. And
Wow. That's
yeah, which was
shocking, man.
wild. And like the neighborhood was like an African neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like the stores were all in the area were all like African stores.
Okay.
And but
So
like
you were like in the heart of that community, basically.
yeah, in the heart of that community. And I I still loved it because for those of you that don't know, the Ivory Coast is a French speaking country.
Yep.
Like their language is French. So the broadcast of the game was in French, and
Ooh.
everyone that ended up being there, all the servers, all everyone spoke
Spoke French?
French. Spoke
Wow.
French. And like not like, oh, French is our second language. Like, no, English was very much their second language.
Sure, sure.
Like, like the guy, our server, like the way that he would say like thank you and stuff, I was like, that's not your first language. No
Sure.
chance that's your first language.
Sure.
And so I maybe it was because it was a Sunday night, right? As opposed to a Friday night. But me and my buddy Kyle, do you know Kyle Lynch? You may not
I
know Kyle Lynch.
not off the top of my head,
He
but
was a year below us at uni.
maybe we ran into
Um,
each other.
our plan is now go to try to find as many local bars of the countries that are playing in the game. So like I think tomorrow night we're going to an Argentinian bar, which will be sick. And
Nice.
then or maybe tomorrow night we're going to a Colombian bar. I forget what the night game is tomorrow. Um, but we're trying to get in it. And like I want to go to a Colombian bar so badly.
Dude, that'll be
Like that would
awesome.
be epic. And the
Heck
worst
yeah.
part about the game last night though is no beer, no alcohol at the
Ah,
place. And
I
I
wonder
was
if that's why people
maybe
didn't
it's
show up.
why people didn't show up. Because the place called African Bar and Grill in downtown Denver was closed on Sundays. Um, but Aquaba, was that what it was called? It was great. My buddy, I didn't eat because Travis is currently starving himself. Back to the original thing that you
Yep.
and I talked
When we
about
logged in here,
when we logged in. And so I came home and had a salad. Um, but I
I had a
and
salad. I had a salad
I
tonight also.
I did not eat at all today, and I ended up making myself a bacon, egg, and cheese with my New York City bagel because I was
You
like,
got you got
if
to.
I'm only gonna eat one thing, that's what I'm eating. That's for
Yeah.
sure what I'm eating.
Dude,
Um,
I wanna jump back to something really quick. You were mentioning how electric it is to be near the ice at a hockey game, and there is something about that energy from the players I don't. It's interesting because the glass is there. There is like maybe less accessibility, or like you can't hear necessarily as well what the players are saying. Whereas like if you were sitting real close at a if you were sitting really close at a basketball game, you can hear everything that the players are
Oh
saying
yeah.
to each other
Oh yeah.
on the court. Um, but it's not like that, and yet you know, something is so electric when you see those guys like whiz by at full speed. You know, you get like the perspective of being close. When you
Yeah.
watch from afar, everything, you know, it takes you less effort to like watch somebody skate by or whatever. And then you see them at the ground level and they're just like, oh yeah, these guys are going like, I mean, Travis, I'm
30
going to
miles
say
an
it.
hour.
Yeah, I was going to say like, I think their top speeds are close to 30,
Yeah, it's
maybe a
close to
little
30.
bit. It's
Yeah.
crazy, it's crazy, and also if somebody gets slammed against the boards, I mean, you see that you see like a wave of energy
Like
emanate
I
from that board to the rest of the stadium.
I have been very fortunate enough to sit courtside at an NBA game.
Yeah,
And, my season tickets to the Rockies are front row.
yep,
So, but I have never sat um on the glass at an NHL game. I've sat on the glass for lower level hockey games, but I've not
right.
sat on the glass for an NHL game. I've sat like 3 rows off of it. But like that's the other thing is like NBA, you can somewhat equate it because like if you're courtside, you're basically on the court.
You're on the court.
You're not basically on the court. You are on the court.
You're sitting on the court.
And like the players can theoretically dive and be on top of you.
Sure.
But like, man, when someone gets hit right in front of you in hockey, that's just crazy, dude.
It's
That is
nuts.
just next level amount of like you're so in it, dude. You're
Yeah,
absolutely in it. And
yeah.
I love it, man. Oh God, do I love hockey. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it tremendously.
Well, and
Tremendously.
just to stay on that for a second, I mean, the way it ended was I don't want to say the writing was on the wall the whole time. I think there were definitely a lot of close games throughout the whole Stanley Cup playoffs. There were a ton of close games, a ton of like near goals, overtime goals, you know, buzzer beater type goals, whatever. And there were even questions of that in the finals where I think it was Carolina had a shot at the buzzer that didn't get counted the uh, because the horn blew before it crossed the goal line and all that. But like it was so electric. What I was gonna say is that it was close. Yet it seemed like Carolina after Vegas pulled their one game, it seemed like Carolina was inevitable. You know, they just were
I
relentless. They fought the close battles. They only lost a few of those close battles, and then they just locked it up, man. They locked it up.
I may be getting this wrong. I know that this is correct for the Knicks. I think I saw this last night for Carolina too. Both of the champions only lost 3 games all of the playoffs.
Is that right? That
I know
seems.
the Knicks. I know the Knicks only lost 3 games.
So who did they swept the Senators? Because they would who did they sweep? Philly, the Senators.
Carolina swept the first 2 series.
They swept both of those teams.
Yeah, they swept the first 2 series,
So crazy. That's
and
so
then
crazy.
they lost 2 to Vegas. Right? That yesterday was Game 6.
They lost two to Vegas. That's right.
Yeah, and then they only lost
Um, one, two,
one, the
yeah, whoever. It'll
Canadians.
come. Was it Canadian? Oh yeah, it must have been Canadians.
Yeah, they only lost one to the
That's
Canadians.
so great, dude. I didn't even think about that, but I did. I do have some highlights playing, and it just said that Carolina first team to sweep first 2 rounds since 1987 playoff format. So there you go.
Okay. 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 I thought I was right because I thought that like I saw when they did it that they were like the first team in a dog's age to have won the first 8 games of the playoffs. And
Yeah,
like
I mean,
for the Knicks, they lost 1 game in the last 53 days.
that's insane.
They were
That's
like
insane.
down 2-1 in the first series, swept the second series, swept the third series, and lost 1 game to the Spurs,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like I've seen like some people knocking this Knicks team, but I'm sitting there and I was like,
Dude.
I don't care, dude. Like I don't care. Like you're in the playoffs. Like you're
Yeah,
playing the best teams in the leagues, and you lose 1 game in the final 3 series of the playoffs. Like that's wild. And
it's
and and
dominant.
there's arguments, right, that like the NBA finals or the NBA playoffs is not as intense as any of the other playoffs. Like there is that, and like hockey, like the number 8 seed is never winning the playoffs in the NBA, and like, oh, the 8 seed has won the Stanley Cup before, right? Like there is that argument to be had, but like, okay, you get past the first round. All right, okay, you get past the second round. Well, the third round is supposed to be the 2 best teams in the conference. And the finals is the 2 best teams in the league.
Right.
So like it's just incredible. And I am, even though I went to school and I spent 4 years of my life down in right outside Raleigh, North Carolina, I've no affinity for Carolina.
Sure.
But I did want them to win. Like I just think that I'm a big believer in regardless of if I root for that team or not, like they deserve it, minus the New York Yankees, because they deserve nothing but hell for the rest of eternity.
Completely
Um,
agree.
but like you sat and you've watched Carolina just knocking on the door for so long. Like Bettman said it yesterday when he handed before.
Travi, I lost you, buddy. Did we lose Travis? Yeah, it looks like we did. Yeah,
I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, Bettman was saying that no.
wait, Travi, are you
Yeah,
back? We lost you
can
for a
you hear
second.
me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Oh
But
no.
maybe the other folks, maybe they can see you. Do the same thing you did before. Just like go to a
Go out
different
and come
screen and
back. Go
just
out
go
and
to a
come
different
back.
screen and come back.
Let's see if
Yeah.
this works.
But I'll check to see if you're on the if you're on the stream right now. Yeah, there you are, bud. You're
Okay,
back.
all right, we're back. We're back. Technically,
Sweet, sweet.
we're finding troubleshooting for technical glitches. Um, but Bettman said that no team over the last 8 years has won more regular season and playoff games than the Carolina Hurricanes. And his point that he made, which is a great point, which reiterates a true statement to me, which is it shows why the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to win in sports, right? Like
Yeah,
I think, and this is my thing for why, as my girlfriend just called me, um, the Avs are an unbelievable team. There's no two ways about it. The Colorado Avalanche are an unbelievable hockey team.
yeah.
They are
Stars
not
on both sides of the
on both
ice.
sides. Great wedgie, great goalie, great coach. I think the coach made some bad decisions, but regardless, but winning it's one of the only sports where a team built to win in the regular season necessarily isn't necessarily built to win in the playoffs.
Yeah,
And you know, both of the teams in the Stanley Cup Finals, both Vegas and Carolina, and for the last 2 years before that, Florida. They're built to win in the playoffs. They wear you down. They're incredibly physical. And every one of those players that's incredibly physical is also incredibly skilled. And, I look at the New York Rangers, and granted, I was really upset when the Rangers got rid of Artemi Panarin. I didn't like the decision, but like Artemi
Right.
Panarin is a regular season hockey player. He can dominate in the regular season because he gets time, he gets space. You get no time and no space in the Stanley Cup Finals and in the playoffs.
The
You get
pressure
no time.
ratchets up so
The
hard.
pressure's ratchets up so hard. The defense are playing so much harder. You're laying your body on the line so much more. And unless you have a team that's built to deal with that, then you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
And I've always, it's shocking to me how Carolina has not crossed that line because for so long, that's how they've been built, right?
Mhm.
They've been built as a hard nosed, lay your body on the line, skillful team. And their coaches, to me, Rob Brendamore is the best coach in hockey. Like, and that was epitomized by the fact that they score the empty net goal, they go up 3-0. There's a minute left in the game, and I forget who it was between the what's his name between the benches was sitting there, and he's like, Rob Brendamore's not letting them go. Like he's sitting there, and he was just like, we're putting these guys out, we're going hard. This isn't over yet. We're
Lock it
fighting.
down. No
And
mistakes.
no mistakes. And that's why, first of all, they deserved it. That franchises deserved it for the last decade. And it is somewhat crazy to me how I'll keep on using. There it is over here. I'm wearing my New Yorker die hat because of the Knicks winning, but like it's my Rangers hat. I don't have anything Knicks. I'm not a basketball fan. But like if you are the general manager of a hockey team and you're not building your hockey team that way, what the hell are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
Edmonton isn't built that way, right? Edmonton is built off of we're going to skate faster than you. We're going to skate. We're going to skate. We're not going to skate through you. We're going to skate around you. Whereas Carolina is built to skate through you.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a hilarious, long-standing joke that Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in nearly my entire lifetime. But at the same time, I think it would be an absolute travesty to hockey if Connor McDavid didn't win a Stanley Cup. Just
We've
like it would have been an absolute travesty to hockey if Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin didn't win a Stanley Cup. Like
and
it
it
would have been a
looked for a
travesty.
little while like it was going to happen to Ovi. For a little
It
while, it
looked
looked
like
like he was
not
not
a
ever going to
little
win one.
while. It looked like forever, like he wasn't going to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And and because it's funny that Alexander Ovechkin for the entire existence of his hockey career is a hockey player that's built to skate through you and around you, right? Like the highlights, the highlight reel of Ovechkin in his first 5 years of hockey is basically him running people over,
Well,
like
on
just
offense,
on
like
offense. Like
he
he'd
looks
have
he
the puck
looks
and he'd lay you out,
barrel you. Yeah.
barrel you, pick the puck up, and then score the most insane goal the world has ever seen. And
Falling
it's
down
it's
however he needed to do it.
it's kind of ironic, right?
Yeah.
That like it took him that long. And I'm glad that he did, but I think, if and I'm going back to the New York Rangers, right? You need to build a team that is physically tough, mentally tough. And I think that those are A1 and AB. or A1 and A2, or
Yep.
1A and 1B, whatever you want to
Yep.
say.
Yep. I got you.
And then the second line below that is they need to be skilled. Like if you being skilled is your main priority, you can make the playoffs. You could win the President's Trophy. But there's a reason that winning the President's Trophy, like I'd love to see how many of a baseball, I mean baseball almost always, but a baseball, of basketball, and of football, how many times the best team in the regular season then goes on to win the respective trophy,
Sure, and I
right?
think people like anecdotally, I think people believe in the President's Trophy curse, but at the same time, I think it's been like 30% of President's Trophy winners have also taken. I think it's like 30%, 30 or maybe not that high, but it is like a decent amount of time that President's Trophy winners also win the whole thing. But
Dude, it
there's
hasn't happened in nearly 10 years. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the last team to do it was the Chicago Blackhawks.
I can believe that. I can believe that. The other thing, Travis, that I think you have mentioned it in some way, but not explicitly, is like this is the Carolina depth is insane, and again, like the most team sport there is, as we've talked about already. Like there are guys you can name so many guys on Carolina. If I just said like Svechnikov, Aho, Jarvis, Gossis Bear, uh, I'm
Keandre Miller.
the Anderson, even having to go to a backup goalie, right? Stankoven. Um, there's so many
And
guys.
it's going to be interesting to see what comes out in the next couple days about Anderson. Because, like, Rod Brendamore's, I think, stance was like, oh, he's really worn down. I think he got really hurt.
I think so too. I think so
I think
too.
he got
There's
really hurt. Like there's
there's no way
something
you get
wrong.
there's no way you get a guy named Bussy to take over
Ride the
for
bus, baby.
as many games as he played if
And it
it's
and
just
it was a
because he's
huge
tired.
and it was a huge show of that perspective, that the first person that got the Stanley Cup after Jordan Stahl was Friedrich Anderson.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was the first one that it was handed to. But
Dude,
I,
and
I,
Jordan, I
I
didn't even mention Jordan Stahl,
Jordan Stahl
the MVP of the Stanley Cup. I mean,
and Stanley. I mean, like, and
he was
he is
insane.
insane, and he was insane on the faceoffs. He scored goals in 5 consecutive games, which in the Stanley Cup Finals, which is wild. But I don't
That
know if
doesn't
this
happen. That
doesn't
doesn't
happen.
happen.
I don't know if this statistic was. I don't know if from what I saw the NHL post today, if this was a stat or they were just kind of showing it, but he was 17 years between the last time that he hoisted the Stanley Cup
It was. It
and
was
the
'09. It was Pittsburgh '09, and then 2026.
and
So
then
17.
2026. I don't know if he's the longest to go between lifting the Stanley Cup,
Oh,
because
I think
they
that's
showed
also
other
true.
players and they were all less years. Like someone else was 16, a bunch of people were at like 14, there was a guy at 15. Um but I don't know if it was the longest or not based off that post, but like regardless, 17 years between. I
I think
mean,
it was, and that's also. I mean, again, so crazy. Think about like the the endurance, the which is what we're talking about when we talk about being able to body people or to accept the punishment of Stanley Cup playoffs to make it and to perform at a high level all the way through, but also that the dude's been fighting like that for 17 years just between seeing it. I don't know if '09 was his first season. He would have been like 20, maybe like right at 20 years old. And we know that the Stahl brothers have all had a pretty insane like group
long ass
run.
career. Yeah.
Yes.
Only one
Um,
of them didn't win a Stanley Cup. Shout out to the New York Rangers legend Mark Stahl.
But I would imagine the youngest brother, right? The fourth brother also didn't
Yeah, the
get one
one
either.
I'm not counting the one that played like 5 games in the NHL. I'm not counting him.
Jared Stahl.
Jared Stahl. But
Is it
this
Jared,
is
Jordan,
yeah,
Mark,
no,
Eric?
and I think Jared. I think you're right about that.
Okay.
But like to show how far Carolina have come, right? Like they called him up for the last few games of a season. This has to be 10 years ago, so that they could get people in the building, so that they could have the Stahl line, so
Right.
that all 3 of the Stahl brothers could play on the same team,
Yeah.
which is like crazy to me.
Which
But
also
like
was not when they were very good. Like that was a
no, no,
cool
no,
thing to
no,
do,
no,
but they
no.
weren't
They did
great
it. They did it to get people in the building. I
for
mean, like
sure.
think about it. When you and I were in college,
Oh God.
Elon got you could buy a ticket to basically any Carolina Hurricane game through Elon's Student Center for $5. And like we'd take party buses and go to Hurricanes games. And the place was essentially empty, right?
Yeah.
It's not empty anymore. Like it
And
is
they won not that many years before, right? It was '07,
2006, 2006. Yeah.
and and it's also crazy to think that Brenda Moore was the captain of that team
Rod Brendamore has been either the coach or a
on the sticks.
player
Yep.
for all but like 2 of Carolina's playoff victories, which is a crazy stat.
That is crazy.
A
That's
crazy
crazy.
stat. So I have a question for you. I had this argument with a buddy of mine. He's super biased. I feel like I'm not biased. The argument was, what's the most important position in sports? My
In
answer to that
any
question
sport.
in any sport. My answer to that question was the starting quarterback of a football team.
That's immediately what comes to mind to me as well. If we're not talking about coaches, if we have to talk about players on the ice, I mean,
Players,
like,
physically players.
yeah, physically players. Quarterback is the first one that comes to mind. I can't think of like a team that just made it work with amazing wide receivers and running backs without having top tier talent under center. Um, I think there's generational basketball players that like have done a lot, but every single time you talk about one of those basketball players having an amazing career, there are amazing support pieces inside of that, right?
Yeah,
There's
there's no
like
Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen.
yeah, and there's no LeBron James without go, just name
Kyrie
the
Irving,
cast.
Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh,
He's
Kevin
had
Love, right?
he's had a
Like,
support cast that would win Oscars, if they were also
yeah,
if
they'd win. Like, you know, there is a Kobe without Shaq, but like, you also take away Pal Gasol, right? Like, is Kobe still Kobe, right?
Sure. No, and the
And
answer is no, right? It's like you have to have that supporting cast. I mean, the best argument probably because people will always maybe because Tom Brady was so great, but also because he truthfully wasn't surrounded by the best talent in the league ever. He never had except when he had Randy Moss, he never
yeah,
had the best talent. He made Julian Edelman.
Julian
Julian Edelman
Edelman,
doesn't play wide receiver for any other team in the
except for the
league,
Patriots. Yeah.
right? He
Like,
just doesn't.
there's no Julian Edelman without Tom Brady.
Exactly, right? So
Like,
I mean, I think quarterback still takes it.
so his argument,
Maybe a
It was Garrett Johnson, who you know. So Garrett and I had the argument, and his argument was hockey goalie.
that's
And
literally the words that I said. There's also, and then you said you had the conversation. The next thing I was going to say was hockey goalie
hockey goalie.
because
But my counter argument to that, my counter argument to hockey goalie
he's good defense.
is, you could be the best goalie in the league. You could be the best goalie in the league, and your team can still suck, i.e., New York Rangers, right? Like
With Lundqvist.
Lundqvist, Igor Shesterkin, take your pick, right?
Sure.
Like, Igor this year was statistically one of the top 5 goalies in the NHL. And the Rangers were one of the top 5 worst teams in the NHL.
Right.
And his argument was essentially like, oh, well, without a goalie playing well, you can't do well. And his counter argument to me about about football was like, well, Drake May made it to the Super Bowl because of the defense. And I was like, well, that's true. The quarterbacks that Drake May played against were terrible. They did awful, so bad. And if their quarterback just played semi decently, they would have beat the Patriots. Semi decently, they would have beaten them. And I then counter with a goalie can be plugged in and out. You can't plug in and out a quarterback and have the same success, right? Example, Friedrich Anderson, best goalie in the playoffs, comes out and they just plug in this, no offense to Bussy, this dude that 10 days ago no one had ever heard of.
Right. But
you're not plugging in a quarterback that you've never heard of. It's so rare. You can literally name one, and he went on to become the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady.
Right. It's interesting. I'm putting some details together. Did you say this person was biased?
Yes, Garrett's a goalie.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to comment on when you said that this person was biased. I was like, oh yeah, doesn't Garrett play for hockey? Of course, he thinks his own position is maybe
most
more
important.
But listen, I think I get the argument. And there's definitely all like he had some shutouts. The backup Bussy, right? He had some maybe one shutout at least. One shutout in last night's game.
Last night's game.
Maybe more, but there is like a streaky, not a streak, but like a hotness, being on fire. Whatever that quality is that you want to say. There's like people who get hot, and Bussy maybe is just like ready to take it on.
And to kind of plug myself here, sorry to interrupt, but Brendan Doyle and I, in our interview that we did last week, which is gonna come out, interviewed Brendan Doyle. This is that is going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. I've just got I have 2 interviews that are coming out. They're just really long, and I'm not great at editing, so it's going to take me a minute to do all this. But his comment was, momentum in sports is a real thing. It's a real thing. And if you have a hot goalie, you ride the hot goalie. And I will not argue with anyone on that. I don't care who it is. I don't care if I'm in net and I'm the hot goalie. You ride the hot hand. And I think that's probably the only position in sports that I'd say that about. Like if
kind of. But remember how Tom Brady came to the league, huh?
Yeah, but he was the hot hand. He was the hot hand. He did it, but like it's I think it's slightly different in a sport like hockey and a sport like basketball. Like basketball and hockey you can kind of equate, but like it's hard to be the hot hand when you play once a week. Right? Like I think when Brady did it week in, week out for like 6 straight weeks when Bledsoe went down, I think it's then beyond him being the hot hand and him just being that good. Right?
Yep.
And I think in hockey with a goal, like, not that this is the same, but I'll equate it. Like Jeremy Lin, right?
Yep.
Jeremy Lin with the New York Knicks was started on fire, kept going on fire, and they just rode the hot hand. And they rode that hot hand go off, right? But like the flip to that is okay, if Steph Curry got and Jeremy Lin were on the Knicks together at that time, right? And Jeremy Lin is on his hot streak. I'm sorry, the moment Steph Curry gets back, Steph Curry's back in the game.
For sure. For sure.
Like he's back in the game. It's Steph
And the
Curry.
and the goalie's only going to get pulled when he lets in, 3 in the same period or 5 or 6 in a game, right?
Yeah. Like that's the only reason a hockey goalie is coming out.
Yeah,
And I just think that I don't get me wrong. I still sit here and I will say the quarterback is the most important position in professional sports. But I will say that hockey goalie is a close second.
I think that's a fair way to close it out. I mean, I want to see you open some cards, Travis. But while I'm saying that, I
We
will
may
like
we may have passed that frame because we are already at an hour, brother.
there.
But I can. You know what I can do? This is two boxes in this one box. Yeah, it's like I'll show you. It's
Well,
like
yeah,
a.
open one of them, dude.
I'll open one of them. It's like a.
Travis, I've
It's
never
like
seen
two. It's like two.
seen
If you
this
can see, I don't know if you.
presentation of the cup like last night with like the pyrotechnics and all that stuff.
Yeah, it
I
was
I have
crazy. See,
that was
look,
crazy.
it's two
Biggest
boxes.
thing because it was in
It's
Vegas. Oh, that's
I don't
sweet.
know. It's two boxes. All right, so I'll open up one of these boxes. I'll save one of these for a rainy day.
The what percentage of hype do you think is taken out of a championship night celebration because you win in the other team's city? So like the Canes closed it out in Vegas, obviously one of the most like hype places in the world, but you win it all the game before or in the next game, and you're doing it at home where you live, where you can go out and not. I mean, like, can you go out in Vegas as the winning Stanley Cup champions and like, not need a bodyguard that night, or are you like, is that a crappy, unfortunate place for you to like not be able to celebrate? Does that make sense?
yeah, no, dude, this is an interesting card.
Would you pull, Trev?
I've opened one of these before, but like, so this is a Caden Wallace card, but like, it's
Ooh,
thick. It's just like
that's
a
thick.
thick. It's just like a thick card, and like it's.
Travis likes some thick.
I like them thick.
Likes a thick one, man.
Invictia. I mean, that is. It's not numbered, but like that's kind of a. We did get a Bowman prospect card of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Iconic Bowman prospect card. So this is 2023. So this is kind of old. Um, I've been sitting on this for like at least 2 years. So it would be really funny if we pulled something kind of dope out of this,
Oh,
or
that'd
like
be awesome.
a super cool Bowman first of like someone that has now like blown up.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
I'm trying to think of like if there's someone that I could think of that like they were Bowman first in 2023. Um,
Like would Corbin Carroll be around that time? Is he a little bit older than I'm
Corbin Carroll
thinking?
was a rookie in 2023.
Okay. But I'll keep thinking.
Jackson Holiday. Yep, because I just got prospect process of Jackson Holiday.
Nice. Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yeah. Um, but I had this, when Emily and I were sitting on the couch watching the Knicks game on Saturday night. If I was the Knicks, I wanted to close it out that night
Oh yeah.
for a couple reasons, which is first of all, I just want to get it done, right? I want to get it done. And B, holy fuck, dude. The pressure of being in New York City, game 6, chance to close it out. may have been too much, right? And then no one wants to go to a game 7, right?
I
Like
guess
no one wants to go to a game 7. And so I think
I
that I do understand you want to close it out at home, but I think that at least for the circumstance with the Knicks, it creates a little bit of a unwanted pressure that you have on yourself. Like, because
right.
imagine if the Knicks were home, like Madison Square Garden may have just shaken to the ground at
Yep.
that point,
Yep. Demolished.
just demolished. And so, like, I don't get me wrong, I get it, but I think that it is there is I don't want to say bittersweet is the right word, but there is a bit of a um nuanceness to it
Yeah,
in having.
I wonder how much you would say, like, the celebration at home is 100%, that's your benchmark. What is the percent that goes down when you win it in the opposing city's, the opposing team's city? Like, is it 80%? Is it 97% of the excitement that you would otherwise experience? Are you like,
I
"Man,
bet you
I
it's
only
still.
got."
I bet you it's still 100%. I don't
Eh,
think that from an individual perspective, they're like
it
they'd
doesn't make a
probably be
difference to
like
the
it
players, it
doesn't
makes
make
a
a
difference to
difference to the
us.
players. It makes a difference to us, right?
Yeah,
Like, and I guarantee you, every player in existence would say, "Yeah, I'd like to win it in front of the home fans," right? But
yeah,
they're saying that because that's for the fans, not for them. Like, I don't think
sure.
Jordan Stahl would have been personally any more happy from a personal perspective, very personal perspective, winning it
But dude,
and
you
lifting
just
that cup. But
no,
like
you
you
just
do get
imagine hold on, but
maybe it's
imagine this, Travis.
97. I'll say 97. I'll say 97.
He's Imagine him holding the cup up and skating through Hurricanes fans around the rink rather than a sea of disappointed Vegas people who decided to stay and watch, because they're masochists or whatever, and then a few Carolina fans that are there because, fans are everywhere. But like, what, 20% of the stadium is that?
Iconic Tristan Cassis
Oh,
rookie
okay.
card.
There we
And then
go.
we got our one of our two autographs. The other autograph will be in the other
The other
pack.
box.
But Welbin Francisca, Bowman first of 100.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty sweet one. I like it's
Pretty
like
sweet.
all little, it's got like some cracks and stuff in it. It kind of looks like a sapphire card, but like even when you tilt it, like all of the card is like cracked. It's got like
Okay.
it looks like a cracked card. Like that's
Very
actually
cool.
super cool. I'm
Um,
actually super hyped on that. Oh, not not a Bowman first, but Bowman prospect card of James Wood.
oh, dude. That's awesome too. That looked like a little refractor.
That is, well, they're all refractors. It's Bowman Chrome. They're
Oh,
all a
oh,
little,
oh. My bad. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. They're all a little cool like that.
A little
But
fancy.
like I'll say okay, I'll go 95%. I'll go
Okay.
not. It's definitely a 9 in front of it to me because like
Yeah.
yes, you get like it's hard for me to describe, but like the added bonus of having the fans, like you and the boys. This is the best way I can describe it. Yes, out on the rink, out on all of that, going out, blah, blah, blah. When they get back into the locker room to start celebrating,
Yeah.
that celebration is the same no matter where it is,
Sure.
right? So to me, the core excitement is the same no matter what,
I get
right?
that. I get that.
If right, like
I
if
think
you're
there's a couple
Vegas,
moments.
there are a couple moments, but like to 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 where I think you're right. Like if you have to win it in any other place, I want to win it in fucking Vegas. Are you kidding me?
For sure.
Like,
But then Travis, is it also, I mean, I the follow-up question is like, can you go out in Vegas? Obviously, like this is a place that is used to
oh
having
shit,
high rollers. What'd you get?
oh shit, I
What'd you
got
get, Trav?
another autograph, which means the other box.
Doesn't have one?
No, no, it says one guaranteed autograph per mini box.
Oh, he got
So maybe
juiced. He
I think
got
we got a
juiced.
juicy
He got juiced.
Justin Henry Malloy Bowman first autograph.
Wow. Not numbered this time.
Not numbered this time.
Dude, that's a crazy pull though.
I love. Hey, I'm not upset about it. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you have to win it in any other place, it's got to be Vegas, right? Like, or New York
Right.
City, right? Like those are top two to me.
But is there still
And
a question of can you go out? Like does that
yes,
affect
yes, 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 you still go out 100%,
go out? Okay.
100%.
It's not a risk that there's like diehard Vegas fans that are gonna New York Knicks fans you as you like, you know, they see Jordan stall out in the streets and they're like, I'll get him on site.
No, I don't know. I mean, like, I think that
But not like that.
most of them sit there and they're like, if they win it away, okay, they may go out, but like they're also just like, all right, I kind of want to go home. Like,
I
let's
think
go home.
I think that's fair too.
Like,
And then I mean,
let's
I
go
would
home and
imagine
celebrate at home.
I'd imagine all those guys are home today already, you know,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
got on
mean,
the team jet, made it back to
ooh,
Raleigh, chilling at home, chilling with the fam, going out with the boys, whatever you want to do to celebrate.
uh, rookie card. It came into the league. Masataka Yoshida.
Yoshida. Nice. Nice.
Yoshida.
Well,
That's actually pretty
while we're on
sweet.
baseball, Trev, let's talk about the Miz, dude. Jacob Mizyorski, however you say his name.
Jacob Mizorowski,
How many how many Ks did he have yesterday? 17?
17, something like that. Well,
17 strikeouts?
I was a little
Under 100
distracted last
pitches?
night. I was a little distracted yesterday
Understandably so.
for um because A, the World Cup was on, and B, the Colorado Rockies scored 23 runs
23. My god,
in
yeah, we
a
should talk about
baseball
that
game.
too.
Unbelievable. I had heard through the grapevine that like people were not stoked about this Las Vegas stadium and where they played like the last whatever games, and it showed last night. Like that was pathetic.
Wow.
I turned the game on at part of the way through the game because I was watching the World Cup, but this guy that I know was texting me as he was watching the game. He's like, "Dude, you have to turn this on right now. Like they're dropping pop flies left and right because they just physically can't see the ball,
Right.
and you know, balls are just like you think Coors is bad. I think like in 6 games, like 100 and something runs were scored at this stadium, which is just an insane number of runs to be scored in a baseball game in like 2 series of baseball game. That's just asinine. But yeah, everyone on the Rockies put on an absolute clinic. Hunter Goodman, 2 home runs. Willie Castro, 2 home runs, including a grand slam. It was pretty effing legit.com to say the least. And most runs in franchise history. Still let up 9 runs though, but
They
it doesn't
did,
matter.
yeah.
It doesn't matter how many runs you let up when you score 23.
23. No, franchise
23
record.
runs.
Congrats.
Franchise record. Unbelievable. Shout out to these boys. This is this year's jersey. This is I buy it every year. The Jackie Robinson Day jersey signed by the whole team. And so this is this one from this year. I didn't want to highlight an individual player without Brenton Doyle sitting here, and this is the ball. This is the history ball, by the way. Zeke steal of home. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
but when you put on a team clinic like the Rockies did last night, you got to highlight the whole squad, and so I highlighted the whole squad.
Well, congrats, buddy. It's good to see. It's good to see good things come to the organization, and like, what a what a shellacking, bro.
Yeah, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are in town this weekend. Paul Skeens should be pitching on Saturday night, which I will be going to. I'm going to try to get a BP pass for that game,
Nice,
which would be
nice.
sick. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the Sox are in town, baby. And so I'm going to try to get BP for one of those games as well, which would be
Oh, that'd be
kind of
awesome, dude.
sick. I got some cards right here I may try to get signed. I have a Jaron Duran home run that I've been holding on to for 2 years that I would love to get signed by Jaron Duran and have him say
Okay,
fuck him on it, because that would be dope. And I will not be wearing it if I go to BP, because Brenton Doyle already yelled at me once and I don't want to be yelled at again. It was joking. Um,
but
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 I
still,
will,
a
but
seed of
still,
truth in that joke.
a seed of truth in the joke of me wearing a Mets hat to Rocky's BP when he got me the
Sure,
BP pass.
sure.
So I'm not going to do that. I won't be wearing my Ted Williams. I have 3 jerseys for the 3 games to wear for the Red Sox.
Yeah,
I have Teddy Ball Game. I have Yaz, and then I have the Green Monster Jaron Duran jersey that I'm going to
yep,
wear.
yep.
So those are the 3 that I'll be rocking, and
But
it
he'll
should be
wait
fun.
till after BP, okay, guys?
I will put them on after BP. I will. They will be
After
in my
BP.
bag. I'll be wearing neutral clothing. Let's put it that way.
Will you? Well, and I'm not gonna blow up the spot, but are you gonna maybe try to see? Uh, well, maybe I'm actually mixing up my locations. Is there anywhere that opposing teams go to hang out when they're in town, or is it usually all business for the boys?
David, I'm going to be really honest with you with this. I'm going to be incredibly blunt. I don't care. I'm not that much of a fanboy. I don't want to be a creep. I never will be one of those guys. I will never be one of the guys that sits outside a team hotel. I'll never do it. I I am not I am not that. I
Stand
never will
outside of
be
a
that.
bus,
Yeah, I will. I
follow a
know
bus on a
people.
highway.
I know tons of people that are that way, and I think it is incredibly cringe for a grown ass man to stalk professional athletes. I think it's incredibly cringe. If you're 14, be my guest.
Mm,
Couldn't care less. But
mm.
as a 34-year-old man, I have little to no interest in doing that.
All right, now let's change up the scenario. What if you are at your LCS on Tuesday and Jaron Duran's in there?
I will go up to Jaron Duran. I will say,
Thank you for your
I'm a,
service.
I'm a lifelong Red Sox fan. Um,
You're
your
fucking awesome.
mental your
I love you.
men's mental health thing that you advocate for has meant a tremendous amount to me
Yep,
as someone that has dealt with um, mental health issues himself, and I just want to say thank you for that. That's all I'd say.
yep. I love that. It's great.
I may try to get a pick with him. It's different if I run into them naturally. I'd never
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
seeking them out,
Yep,
right? Like
yep.
those are two different things to me. And I have I'll give you a great story, which is so my sister, Whitney, uh, was a world class swimmer, and used to go to all of these huge swimming events when she was like 17. So I
Okay.
was 12. So I was like
Yep.
12, right? And at these events would be the greatest swimmers in the world, right? So if you don't know who this is, that's okay. His name's Lenny Kraselberg. He was one of the best swimmers on the U.S. national team before Michael Phelps became Michael Phelps, right? And so we are in Fort Lauderdale. We are at U.S. Nationals, which is always held at the Swimming Hall of Fame in Fort Lauderdale, and we were staying in the same hotel as a bunch of them because my sister was one of them.
One of them.
And Lenny Krazelberg gets into a um, elevator, and my sister knew was obsessed with him, and my sister essentially threw me into the elevator to ride the
It's
to
like,
ride.
you gotta yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
funny.
gotta go and like to ride the elevator with Lenny Krazelberg. And like it was like me and Lenny Krazelberg, and that was it. Like my family
That's
didn't
pretty
come
cool.
with me; they just
Yeah,
like
yeah, right.
shoved me in and were like, "Go
Yep,
do it."
yep.
And I was like, "Hi, Mr. Krazelberg. I think you're amazing. Like, thank you."
Also, how
And so
old
like
was
I'm
he at the time?
probably my age, like right now,
Mr.
like
Mr. Krazelberg.
yeah. Hi, Mr. Krazelberg. Like, but I'm also like I know that sounds kind of weird, but like it's just the way that I was raised. Is even at 34 years old, if I meet anyone, if I really meet anyone, like famous or not, that's older than me, that's like significantly older than me,
Yeah,
right?
that's a
Like I'm not gonna.
mister.
It's
Yeah,
a
right,
mister. I
right,
call them Mister.
right.
Like, like I'm not gonna go if I meet Jaron Duran. I'm not gonna call Jaron Duran Mister Duran. Like he's younger than me. That would be fucking weird as shit. But like if I met Tom Brady, I'd be really close to calling him Mister Brady. Like I'd
Yeah,
be really really close.
that's an interesting one. I wonder, but you know what's funny? If you saw, I mean, I guess it's not the same age difference. If you saw Julian Edelman, there's no way you'd call him Mr. Edelman.
No, I'd call him Edelnut. Do
You
you not
call
know
him
that story?
what?
Do you not know this story? It's so
I
funny.
just didn't hear what
Edelnut.
you said.
Edelnut.
Maybe I don't know this story.
So
I don't think I do.
this Julian Edelman has told the story multiple times. Uh, so his rookie year, he was the year that Randy Moss was on the Patriots, right? And
Yep.
Julian was like a very quiet guy, a very like he was not out of his shell yet, blah blah blah. And um
Oh, you still had to
I get
prove himself.
Randy. Yeah, Randy Moss was like it was like around Christmas time, and Randy Moss was on the phone with his mom, and Julian Edelman essentially said, "Hey, Randy, tell Mama Moss I said Merry Christmas." And Randy Moss turned around at him and said, Edelnut, don't you dare fucking talk to me when I'm talking to my mom. And that story has just like stuck with me for a long time. So if I ever met Julian Edelman, I'd call him Edelnut. Oh no, you froze. Oh no, we might have lost David. Um, which is a terrible time to lose David because that would have been I wanted to see his reaction to that. But if we are losing him, this is we have kind of come to the end of our time. Um, I will take over David's position of my final thoughts, which is go watch the World Cup. Go watch soccer. Go root for some nation that you've never heard of. Immerse yourself in it. The World Cup comes around once every 4 years, and it is truly the best thing in the entire world. So if you're in a city that has a game, go to a watch party, go do something, go enjoy it, and go watch the most beautiful game. I will hopefully have some cool stuff, and we will have a great time. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.